Anything that I say, no matter how crazy, Usha has to smile and laugh and celebrate.
My wife did not grow up Christian. I think it's fair to say that she grew up in a Hindu family, but not in a particularly religious family in either direction. Now, most Sundays, Usha will come with me to church. As I've told her and I've said publicly, and I'll say now in front of 10,000 of my closest friends, do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah, I honestly do wish that, because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope eventually my wife comes to see it the same way.
This story is not just about religion, but also about faith, belief in the journey of love, patience, and finding the light together in our own way. Alas, the worlds of politics and gossip have collided in a storm of speculation. This time, the focus is on Vice President J.D. Vance. Unconfirmed rumors are circulating at breakneck speed, suggesting a tumultuous turn in his personal life, one that could shake up the political future he has worked so hard to build. It all started with a sensational hug between J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk, a seemingly innocuous moment that quickly became the center of social media chatter. The rumors continued to escalate, with some suggesting that Vance was preparing to replace his current spouse Usha. But what's even more shocking is that a source purportedly from Washington has revealed that the couple's relationship is on the verge of a testy patch. The combination of the viral hug and Vance's tactless comments about his wife's religious beliefs on air has further inflamed public opinion on social media. People began to wonder, was this the beginning of a tumultuous breakup, or just a public figure caught in a whirlwind of rumors and misunderstandings? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. What is happening around J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk has both the political and public spheres on edge.
Everybody's talking about how J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk are getting a little too comfortable and that Usha's relationship might be in danger. But I'm mostly seeing people like, oh, Usha, leave your man, like that sort of stuff. I'm worried. And listen, I know she's not a good person. I obviously know that. But I'm worried, like woman to woman, that they're going to try to pull a Princess Diana on her. Like she's going to like die this tragic, mysterious death. But we're all going to know. We're all going to know that it was just for him to get to Erika. Like J.D. Vance has already said that Usha doesn't have the same like religious ideals as he does. And that man's a Christian nationalist. You know who else is a Christian nationalist? Erika Kirk. And what racist America really wants to see right now is two people of full Aryan blood together. They need their white prince and princess to come together and rule the kingdom as one. Because once Trump is gone, because we know he doesn't have much time left. Once Trump is gone and J.D. Vance is going to be the one to be in power, you really think they want eyeliner guy who's been memed the fuck out, who f***s couches, who has an Indian wife? You think they're going to want that? No, they're not going to allow that. They're not going to want that because we're talking about white supremacy here. Him being with Erika would save his image because she is like the princess right now. They are going to want two Christian nationalists. So Usha babe, you might need to run. You might need to flee the country. And I know that I sound like a conspiracy theorist and I don't like to be a conspiracy theorist, but if I'm right about this, one person at least owes me $5.
Now let's face it. We have a political and personal crisis unfolding right before our eyes. At the center of this media storm is Vice President J.D. Vance. If you haven't been following along, rumors of an intimate relationship between J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk have been blowing up on social media. It all started when photos of the two sharing what was said to be a warmer-than-usual hug surfaced at a Turning Point USA event at the University of Mississippi. Earlier, when introducing the vice president, Erika Kirk paid an emotional tribute to her late husband, Charlie Kirk, saying that no one could replace him. But then, she also shared that she saw some similarities in J.D. Vance. Soon after, they hugged on stage for just a few seconds, but it was enough to set the internet ablaze. Many believe the moment was more than just a hug. It was a sign of a more complicated relationship hidden behind the spotlight. It wasn't just a hug, it was a lingering handshake, with Erika's hand lightly brushing Vance's hair, a gesture so intimate that it transcended all bounds of public etiquette, making it no longer just a rumor but evidence of something deeper. The internet exploded. Body language experts and online drama fans were quick to offer their verdict. The moment was romantic. Within hours, the backlash was fierce, fast, strong, and unforgiving. But if you thought that was the climax, just wait, because shortly afterward, Vice President J.D. Vance sent shockwaves through the nation by publicly expressing hope that his wife, Usha Vance, who is Hindu, would someday share his Christian faith. The statement ignited a new storm of controversy. Many saw it as a sign of deep religious differences within his family, an ideological divide that could lead to inevitable rifts. Vance, who converted to Catholicism in twain, explained that Usha was raised in a Hindu family, but not a strict one. He recalled that they met as college students, a time when both were skeptical about religion. They are now raising 3 children in the Catholic faith, and Usha still attends church with the family every Sunday. He said he just hoped his wife would find in the church what moved him and changed his life. But instead of being seen as the confession of a loving and trusting husband, the statement became a flashpoint in the pandemonium of political turmoil. On social media and talk shows, a wave of criticism aimed at JD Vance exploded. Many felt that he was tactless and overconfident, crossing the line between personal sharing and public judgment. According to them, what caused the backlash wasn't just the words, but the way he said them, cold, indifferent, and making listeners feel that his wife was being taken for granted. Observers said that Vance could have chosen another way, showing respect for Usha's beliefs or simply avoiding the discussion. Instead, his statement made many people feel that he was implicitly belittling his wife and her family. For many, that, along with the intimate moment with Erika Kirk just minutes before, became a signal that Usha was no longer the woman Vance wanted to be with, and that Erika represented a more perfect image in his eyes. In a short time, social media was flooded with memes, comments, and mocking posts with headlines suggesting a marriage on the brink of crisis and a vice president losing control of his emotions. But it didn't stop there. The New York Times journalist, Shannon Watts, stirred up public opinion even more when she posted a chilling status on the Vance will announce his divorce and marry Charlie Kirk's widow by the end of 2026. Within hours, the post went viral, attracting millions of views and thousands of comments. Many believed the prediction was well-founded, especially when recalling the strangely compatible moment between Vance and Erika on stage. However, there are also many opposing opinions, saying that this is just irresponsible speculation, another example of how modern media is abetting political drama staged to attract public attention. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: the images of JD Vance, Usha, and Erika Kirk have now become the center of one of the most talked about stories in American politics and popular culture today. But the damage was done, and it was irreversible. Rumors spread like wildfire. Amid the chaos, JD Vance finally broke his silence, trying to quell the storm of public opinion that was brewing. In a carefully crafted statement, he described Usha as the most precious gift of my life and insisted that the two remained happy, committed, and devoted to their family. He also clarified that his previous comments about his faith were purely personal and did not reflect any marital strife. As for the controversial moment with Erika Kirk, Vance insisted it was an intimate public gesture between two longtime friends at a student event, and that the whole thing was sensationalized and twisted into a completely different story. In the meantime, the online community continued to stir.
Messages for Usha Vance. Usha, call JD back home. Call him up. Be like, hey, Vivek needs to be tucked in. Get your ass back in the house. Eric Kirk's hands don't need to be all up in his hair. Get your tiny little man back.
But things quickly became more chaotic when Jen Psaki, the former White House press secretary, joined the debate. On the podcast I've Had It, Psaki made headlines by suggesting that JD Vance and his wife may be going through a challenging time in their marriage, even hinting that a breakup could be imminent. Without offering any concrete evidence, she said on the show, "I always wonder what is his wife thinking when she sees that. Is it okay? Please, if it's not okay, blink 4 times. We'll help her." It was a bold comment, half satire and half innuendo, but enough to further fan the flames of speculation that were already burning and once again thrust the story of JD Vance, Usha, and Erika Kirk into the national media spotlight.
JD Vance makes his run for president. He will be married to Erika Kirk, and he's going to do this by using Paulina privilege. He is going to either push or somehow convince Usha Vance to file for divorce, and he'll use that to take it to the church to get an annulment, because neither of them were baptized at the time of their marriage, and he will say that he tried to convert her and that it was just too hostile at home. Then his only marriage in the eyes of God will be towards Erika Kirk.
The woman now seen as a role model for young conservatives. If this sounds like a movie script, what happened next only made it stranger. This past Halloween, a photo of JD Vance and Erika Kirk together caused a stir. Instead of quelling the rumors, it only added to the story. Vance chose to dress up as a mean version of himself, an image that had once been used by the online community to mock him. It seemed like he wanted to take on the scandal with humor, in the style of, if you can't beat them, laugh with them. But that only made viewers feel that everything was more awkward. In the end, he was listed as one of the least sophisticated Halloween costumes of 2025. However, the person who attracted the most attention on social media was Usha Vance. While everyone else was dressed up elaborately, she appeared as simple as usual, not making any effort to join in the fun. It was that silence that made the public speculate even more. Was she tired, or had she given up on everything? Some commenters quipped that she had disguised herself as a woman who was no longer trying. But behind the rumors and viral photos, there is a story of pressure and sacrifice. Usha Vance was once a talented lawyer, highly regarded at large corporations, but she chose to step back to support her husband's political journey. Then the spotlight not only shone on JD Vance, but also made her every move, expression, and outfit scrutinized in minute detail. People still remember the incident at a dinner that caused a stir a few months ago when Usha was said to have had a heated argument with her husband in front of guests. No video was ever verified, but the account alone was enough for the internet to turn it into a symbol of a shaky marriage. Now, the Vance smiles are viewed with suspicion. Each appearance together raises the familiar question: are they really happy, or are they just putting on a perfect political show? And while JD continues to smile for the cameras, it seems the whole country is quietly waiting to see whether the curtain will close on love, faith, or a rebirth story called Erika Kirk. Not long after, social media buzzed with a new rumor, one that sent shivers down the spines of many because of its audacity. Anonymous accounts began circulating that JD Vance was willing to do anything to replace Usha. Some even went further, hinting that they were concerned for her safety. According to these rumors, Usha might disappear for a while, then be announced as having passed away in mysterious circumstances. Then JD and Erika would step out into the public eye, sharing the pain of loss as two souls who found each other after tragedy. Some skeptics even claimed they would use the image of trauma survivors to legitimize the relationship that was being criticized. More and more, social media was flooded with posts, analysis clips, and even conspiracy theories surrounding this relationship. Many believe that Vance and Erika are deliberately creating a public effect from their outfits, their eyes, to their appearances at events as if to attract attention and provoke public opinion. They are testing the audience. One Reddit comment wrote, "And they know how to get people talking about them." While the storm of rumors continued to grow, Erika Kirk chose to remain silent. For months, she did not give any interviews, did not respond on social media, and only appeared at religious or charity events. But then, what the public was waiting for finally happened. In an exclusive interview with Fox News, filmed at the Turning Point USA headquarters in Arizona, Erika broke her silence. What she said caused public opinion to explode once again. Her voice calm, her eyes focused. Erika began by talking about the suffocating surveillance she had been subjected to since the incident that took her husband. "There were cameras everywhere around my husband when he died," she said. "There were cameras around my friends, around my family as they were trying to get over their grief. There were cameras around me, watching every gesture, every smile, every tear." She paused for a few seconds, then continued, "We deserve those cameras. If we have cameras, let them serve the truth. Why not be transparent? I have nothing to hide because I've seen how this was made up and it wasn't based on truth." Erika went on to say that what happened to her husband was not just a personal incident, but a wake-up call about how the public consumes news and how power structures can manipulate narratives. Let people see the real bad, the real wrong, the real darkness. Because this isn't just about me or about Charlie. This is about how a generation is being led and how the generations that come after it will see the truth. When the interview aired, reactions were split immediately. One side praised Erika as a woman who speaks her mind, a symbol of strength and pain. The other side said it was a calculated move, a media strategy to restore her image amid public skepticism. But no matter which side you're on, you have to admit that with just a few words, Erika Kirk has once again taken the media spotlight. And as always, she doesn't need to shout to make the world listen. All it takes is a calm voice, a steady gaze, and enough to turn silence into a powerful weapon. And that's where things got complicated. Just 2 days after her husband passed away in September, Erika Kirk was seen looking grief-stricken but still calm, holding Usha Vance's hand. What was supposed to be a heartwarming, humane image quickly became a topic of discussion millions of times on social media. In that moment, JD and Usha Vance personally accompanied Erika and her husband's casket off Air Force Two as the group headed to Arizona. It seemed like a simple act of compassion, but in an age where every frame can become iconic, perception can sometimes be more important than reality. And with just one photo shared, the internet did the rest. What was meant to be a comforting, heartwarming hug between JD Vance and Erika Kirk quickly ballooned into a national story. The few seconds of video were cut, slowed down, and analyzed using body language science on TikTok, YouTube, and some claimed it was an undeniable moment of connection beyond friendship, while others argued it was just the internet's way of turning sadness into a script to satisfy the public's thirst for gossip. Political blogs were quick to seize the opportunity, creating a series of sensational headlines, the hug that changed American politics, from funerals to romance rumors, JD Vance and the powerful widow of TPUSA. And in just a few days, what was just a human moment, a hug of shared loss, turned into a media storm with no end in sight. Remarkably, from then on, Erika's every little action was under a microscope. Every time she smiled, tilted her head, or placed her hand on someone's shoulder, thousands of comments flooded in. What message is she sending? Is this comfort or something else? And amid all the analysis, theorizing, conspiracy theories, and viral memes, one clear truth emerged. In the digital age, the story no longer belongs to the person involved. A hug, a handshake, a look call can be redefined, cut, pasted, and reinterpreted endlessly. For JD Vance and Erika Kirk, what was once a moment of human sharing has become an online legend, something no media campaign can fully control. Perhaps in Erika's silence, amid the rampant rumors, the only thing left is the question no one can answer for sure. What is real emotion? And what is the product of a world addicted to drama? The timing couldn't have been worse, with rumors of JD and Usha Vance's marriage already swirling. The talkable moment between JD and Erika Kirk added fuel to the fire. On social media, people dissected every frame, every gesture, turning a seemingly harmless hug into the center of a wave of speculation. Today, JD and Usha are still together. They continue to appear together at events, trying to keep their composure amid the media storm and focus on their family. Those close to them say they are trying to get back to normal, keeping things as private as possible. But honestly, once a moment goes viral, it doesn't go away easily. It's the kind of moment that takes on a life of its own, the kind that can reshape your public image in seconds. And in the age of viral clips, where any video can be proof of a story, a simple hug can change the way the world sees you. The internet never sleeps. Every time someone mentions JD Vance or Erika Kirk, the image is shared, edited, set to dramatic music, and then recirculated. Entertainment news channels, political commentaries, even pop culture podcasts can't resist analyzing it. And while that storm has yet to subside, the larger question is starting to arise. Does the moment really reveal anything? Or is it just a reflection of the public's collective addiction to drama? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. In a world where every gesture can be exaggerated, the line between reality and public perception has never been so fragile. One hug, one look, just one moment, and the whole story can be rewritten overnight. This story illustrates an undeniable truth of the digital age, where perception is sometimes more important than the truth. In a world where every moment can be filmed, edited, shared, and commented on, a hug, a look, or a sentence can change the entire way the public perceives you. Reputations can be made, but they can also be destroyed in a matter of hours. So the lesson is not just for celebrities, but for all of us. Be careful with your image, words, and actions. In an era where everything can become a story on the internet, sometimes silence is the most powerful way to maintain dignity. Because in the midst of a storm of rumors, what truly lasts is not the noise, but your steadfastness, your character, and how you deal with it. According to public sources, this story is attracting attention in the online community. We only report what is of interest to the public, without any intention to confirm or speculate about anyone's private life. All information is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you find this content interesting, please like, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts below, because each of your opinions helps to complete the story.